There is only one thing that you need to boost engagement in your homeschool, and it takes less than 5 minutes to include. I'm going to show you how your teaching style can boring proof your homeschool with engaging hook activities. Which ones are in alignment with your teaching style? If winging it is starting to ruffle your feathers a little bit here, then you need a new teaching approach. Hi, I'm Natalie, and as a certified teacher turned homeschooling mom myself, I'm now on a mission to provide those tools and frameworks that deepen connection with your child so that they can love learning. Are you ready to capture attention and interest without feeling like you need to fit into a cookie cutter teaching system? Well, imagine with me now, if you sit down with your child on a Monday morning at the kitchen table and you look them in the eyes and they look back at you, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, waiting and ready for what you're going to say to them next. Can you imagine? They are fully engaged with you here. How do you get to this point? How can you capture attention so that they are just waiting to hear what you're going to say next? My 5-minute method is by using hooks. A hook is a really simple and fun way to get that party started so that your child is begging you for what comes next. Just like fishing, where you put the bait on the hook, cast that line into the water, and then the fish comes and takes a bite. It's the same thing when your child is hooked, just like that fish. Now you can reel them in for what comes next. Another really great thing about hooks is that they really shake your child loose from whatever she was thinking about before, and they drop her into that captivating moment right now where she's ready to learn what you're talking about. When you see these huge shifts in interest and engagement, it can be so encouraging. I mean, what a confidence boost to know that what you're doing with your child is working for them and it's in alignment with the way that you want to personalize your homeschool teaching. Today, I'm going to share with you engaging hook activities that are tailored to your specific teaching style so that you can ignite a homeschool where your children want to listen to you. Now, there are a handful of personality assessment tools out there, and my personal experience with those has been really positive and life-giving. Before digging into my personality traits, I felt shame around my less than desirable attributes. So for example, I'm a go-getter and really direct, have a very direct approach. And sometimes I miss that, hey, how are you moment before getting started. And it's not because I don't want to hear it. It's just because I'm so excited to dig into those details. So learning this aspect about myself has allowed me to show up better with the different personalities of my children and even the other relationships in my life. Now, what do personality assessments have to do with homeschool teaching? Well, I am a firm advocate for personality-based homeschool teaching, that you know your teaching style and that you teach in a way that's comfortable with you and in alignment with your values. I'm going to share with you 4 hook activities today, and I want you to think about which one you think is most in alignment with your teaching style. Then go over to homeschoolteachingsimplified.com/quiz and take the Hook 'em Homeschool quiz, where you will get engaging hook activities tailored to your personality. At the end of the quiz, I give you the top 4 kinds of hooks that work best with your teaching style, and then I also email you the rest of them too, in case you want to try those out as well. All right, your first example of a hook is build the picture. Share with your child one visual piece of information. So that could be a picture of an old-fashioned wheel. It could be a bunch of shape cutouts, or it could be a word that expresses an idea or a concept. And then have your child build out the rest of that picture from that starting place. So it could be that they draw the rest, could be that they use pastels to create the rest of the artwork, or it could be that they glue down those shapes and then use a Sharpie to add the details all around it. The point is that this activity is super simple for you to plan out, and it allows you to lead your child through the process of thinking about and predicting what's going to come next and what they think that they're going to be learning about. It really gets the wheels turning in their mind. The second hook activity I have for you is to create a culinary dish before learning about a new country, region, or even language. And if you're short on time, go to a restaurant that is about this culture. Now, food is such a fun and exciting way to bring people together, especially if you have teenage boys. They will love this kind of hook, and you're going to be able to inspire such passion and interest for a new culture. The third kind of engaging hook activity is to show a before and then an after photo example. Not only is this a super kind way to show what sort of results are possible, it also helps your child to start to make that bridge of transformation from one idea to the next. This is a great way to facilitate analytical thinking. How did that room go from dirty to clean? How did those roads go from dirt to asphalt? How did we have these pictures of a cell, and now how did that change with new kinds of advanced microscopes? This is such a great way to get your child to start to think about how to fill in those missing pieces of information for themselves. And number 4, the last example I have for you for this video is a mystery tray. Here you're going to present a tray or a box of some random items or maybe even ingredients for a baking dish, and have your child start to look at the connection between those different items and think about what they might be learning about next, or in the case of the ingredients, what they might be making in a moment. Looking at the connection between these different items really highlights that collaborative approach to homeschooling and looking at really sincere and meaningful connections. It is so easy for your child to take the lead in this kind of engaging activity. All right, so recapping those 4 hooks we had: build a picture, create a culinary dish, show a before and after photo example, and mystery tray. Now, each of these 4 hooks is more in alignment with different kinds of personalities and teaching styles. So you are probably drawn to one of these hooks a little more than you are to the others. Go find out your teaching style and what other kinds of engaging hook activities will work for you and your personal teaching style over at homeschoolteachingsimplified.com/quiz. As we close out today, I want you to go back to that Monday morning example. You just use one of these hooks, and now your child is looking at you wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready for what you're going to say next. What do you say next? Now you're spotlighted and they're waiting for you to give that big punchline. So I'm not going to leave you hanging here. Your next steps are to create a big idea. To make sure that you do not get caught like a deer in headlights, frozen, not sure what to do, you want to pre-plan what is the big idea about this lesson or topic or unit. And that's the same time that you're going to come up with a hook to help reel them in about the idea. So plan both of those things together at the same time. Then when you deliver your hook activity that you can grab from the quiz, then after you do the hook activity with them, you literally say something like, the big idea here is, or the main point I want you to take away from this activity was, or the reason we're doing this is because. And now, like Velcro, your child has somewhere for that new information to come in and stick to in their brain. You know, I actually talk about how to create a big idea with this video here, so I recommend you go check that one out next.